Welcome back to Conversations in Courage.
Welcome back.
We have with us a very special guest, friend. I'm wearing my High Rocks sweatpants right now because he's also a teammate of mine, of ours. Geoff Janey, welcome to Conversations in Courage.
What's up? What's up?
Oh, shit.
Oh my
look at
gosh.
that. See?
For
That's a
people
new trick. There we
listening,
go.
not watching, Geoff held up peace fingers and confetti just like popped on his screen.
Oh,
Look at that.
That's
This
the
is
energy I come
Wow.
with. That's the
Wow.
energy I come with. We are celebrating.
We are celebrating. Now people are going to have to watch this on
I know.
YouTube just
100%.
for that.
Exactly.
Just for that.
That was momentous.
So, Geoff, we're going to start with a quick fire round to get to know you. I know you said you didn't want to know the questions. So like, here's the ride. Here's the ride.
Yeah.
Here we
Here we
go.
go.
You ready?
I'm ready.
All
All right,
right.
Mark, let's go.
So morning workout or evening?
Morning.
Favorite Boston neighborhood?
Roxbury.
I knew he was going to say
I
that.
had to wonder
Come
why.
on.
Right?
Come
Wonder
on.
why. The song. Oh, nice. I didn't know that. Song that gets you hype every single time.
Typically anything DMX.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the one movement that everyone should be doing?
Oh, man. Lunge. Some variation of a lunge.
Okay.
And how about like the inverse for you, right? What's the movement that you personally avoid the most?
Running.
I got you.
Running.
I am
Running.
there with you, my friend.
Did you?
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
running if I wasn't clear.
in case anyone had a question.
Yeah.
Go to coffee order.
Oat milk flat white.
Oh,
Nice.
oat
What?
milk. Come on. Oat
Yeah, I
milk.
gotta
Oat
Ew.
milk flat
milk.
white.
Yeah.
Flat
It's the
white,
cream.
yes,
It's the
but-
texture. It's like,
Ugh,
come on.
ew.
It's
ew.
mostly coffee too. That's the thing.
I mean,
if
that's
I'm gonna
true.
drink coffee,
That is true.
I want it to taste like coffee, not milk.
Right.
Nice.
Okay, I'll give you
I
that.
like that. Biggest pet peeve in a fitness class?
See, you put me in a situation because I love and
Absolutely.
appreciate all of my
Mhm.
fitness family, extended, connected, disconnected. I love everybody, and whatever they do. That being said, biggest pet peeve, I would say, let's just go with movements. Mountain climber burpees. Like those two things, high knees.
No, I got
High
you.
knees
I got
might be like those are my top 3 pet peeves. But again, I understand their usage in a larger group format. I understand.
I got you.
No
Oh
beef.
my God. Wait. No, I'm interrupting. Hold
No
on.
beef.
Cause why?
So I mean, everyone has their own whys, right?
Yes.
I've just found that there aren't many people, specifically when I'm thinking about the wide range of individuals that I've trained, that are going to be able to hit the ground and come back up. I understand the reasoning and even why coaches and instructors do it, right? It's a very challenging movement. People use it in football and in wrestling. And if you fall back, you fall down and get back up. Like it's very practical and functional in a way. But I'm always looking for risk versus reward
Gotcha.
and potential highest like payout. And how do we do that in the simplest way? And I guess that's why most of my business is very specific to one-on-one and very small group. So
Okay.
I understand its format in a larger setting. And then like, to be honest, who likes mountain climbers? Like really enjoys when they're doing them. Do you like Mike?
I don't mind a mountain climber. I have to say.
Mind is not what I said. I said, do you enjoy?
I mean, if we're being honest, I don't enjoy any workout until it's over.
That's true.
But no, I see what you're saying. I
Yeah.
just had to know why, because I personally kind of don't mind any of those
Yeah. And
and
you know what?
definitely program them.
Maybe it's because also when growing up playing sports, like a burpee was a punishment.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like
Oh,
Yeah.
the
Yeah, it's
chopping your
wired in
feet,
your
hit
yeah,
the
yeah,
ground and jump up, like that was a punishment for me.
yeah,
yeah,
that makes
yeah,
sense.
yeah.
So maybe it's some type of
That's fair. That's fair.
subconscious, like,
That could be.
you know,
But
Yeah.
I
yeah.
think you are, right because shit, this is supposed to be quick fire, but I'm people know
We're in
how I
now.
am at
We're in
this
now.
point. People know how I am
Yeah.
because it is true. And often when I do them in class, I'll break them down first and then have people
Mm-hmm.
either choose a level or go full because most people are not doing them correctly or
Correctly.
well. And if
Well,
you're in front of 40 people, you can't go fix everybody. So it is,
no.
I agree with you that there is like a safety risk versus reward issue that, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm always like, is there another move that can be done
yes,
that
Yeah.
can elicit the same
That's
response?
fair.
And I do think that the broken down version would be a great alternative of like
yeah,
actually breaking down each movement. But yeah,
because you
we
have to
can go
go
off.
slow.
Yeah.
You have to go slow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But still getting down and up for anybody,
Yeah,
especially in general population, just that
yeah,
motion, it's going to increase heart rate.
heart
We
rate.
can, that's a whole nother.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh my gosh, I love this already. Mark,
I
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I
I
love no,
I
but like now, so
hijacked your whole thing.
now we're in, right? Like, it's like
yeah.
for me, like the thing that made me crazy always is like in a group fitness class when they're like, okay, let's do a kettlebell swing. And like if people in the room have not done a kettlebell swing,
Yo,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
the stuff that goes on in that
yeah,
room, like you don't want
yeah.
to see,
So
man.
maybe my pet peeve is horrible form
Yeah. Okay.
allowance.
Okay. There we go.
yes,
There we go.
yes,
Allowance of bad form is my
yes.
pet peeve. So all of the movements that I said prior, I'll take that out of it. Fitness instructors,
I got
you
you.
are appreciated. Put them in the program. They're great. It's just allowance of bad form
Right.
across the board. It's like, and it's hard in a larger group. That's the
Yeah.
thing.
It's
It's
really
Yeah.
very
hard. Yeah,
difficult. Very
yeah.
difficult.
All right. So we
Couple
keep
more,
going.
couple
If
more.
you could select anybody in the world, your dream guest coach for Jet.
Ooh, yes, coach. For Jet to come and train with me or coach with me.
Oh, nice.
Let's say
I would
both.
Yeah, I would say both. Does the answer change?
uh probably there's a there's a motivational speaker, Dr. Eric Thomas, and the
I think I
way
know
that
who that is.
he projects and his energy, if I were to give him the program and let him, oh man, I'm it's 110% because that guy, he's just one of those rah rah, let's go, but has all the right wording and tonality. It's just like I would let him, although he's not a trained professional in that, I'm like, here's the program, run it,
Just
but
say it. Yeah.
do the thing that you do. Like, and yeah, coach with me. It's tough. There's so many different ones because there's different modalities I like,
hmm
you know, I mean, I have a lot on our team, to be honest. Like,
That's awesome.
um, that's a tough question to answer. I don't have an answer to that.
All right. Well, we'll leave it with that one. And then
Yeah,
you just talked about energy. The 3 words that best capture Jet energy.
man, I would say 3 words that capture the jet energy: connection, um, strength, and progression.
Oh, I love that.
Like,
Mm.
I love
those
that.
are, yeah,
Yeah, that makes
those are, that came to my head. Yeah, I'm even thinking about this morning. This morning was, there'll be a post later, but it was energy this morning. You know, people that have never done box jumps before because who jumps anymore, right? And being able to see them progress through a 12-week program, eventually 6-inch box jump, 12-inch, and for some 20 is their max, and everyone cheering for them. And, you know, some people getting high, it's all relative, but each person hitting, it was electric.
Wow.
It's the reasoning. It's always a reminder. All the admin stuff of this and the business stuff, I despise.
Yeah.
I love being a coach, and I love coaching, and I love team, and I love the energy. And it just so happens that I'm the captain, and I gotta hold the wheel. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And but I always tell my team, I'm like, the moment I know I'm successful is when I can get back to coaching more than I'm doing admin.
Brilliant.
Like
Yeah.
that's my man.
Mm-hmm.
I've made it. I'm
Mm-hmm.
back to, and it won't be full time, but I'd say more on the higher end. That's what
Right.
I'm looking to get back to.
That's amazing. I'm going to use that answer to maybe inform the last one, because the energy just doesn't happen
Mhm.
by magic, right? It needs to be inspired.
Yeah.
So what's your superpower as a coach to inspire that?
Hmm. I would Authenticity. I don't get excited about shit I'm not excited about. So if I'm excited, and it's
Yeah.
real.
Yeah.
It's not something fabricated that I'm just clapping for the
Yeah.
sake of it and
Yeah.
giving you a gold star because you did the thing. It's like, if you did the thing and you did it great, that just comes out of me authentically. So I'd say probably that.
Mm. That was
I love
beautiful.
that. I love that. All right.
Thank you.
Segueing over
Yeah.
to Ashley.
Now,
Uh-huh.
tell everybody who you are.
Oh,
Now, yeah.
me.
That's all
What's
out of the
your
way.
bio in
Yeah,
your
I have
own
to.
words?
Wow. Okay. I'm always battling on the short and long story. As you know, Ashley, we were on that panel last time, and I'm
Which you
like,
were amazing
okay,
at.
where do we start?
Where do we start?
No. So I'm Geoffrey Janey. I am the founder, owner of JET, which is Janey Elite Training. We operate a few training studios in Boston, uh, and we have one opened in Brooklyn. And I grew up in Roxbury as mostly an only child with my father. He and his actions and his ability to be a great father, regardless of any faults that all humans have, um, I know did an excellent job raising me. And I get to now utilize that blueprint for my own. I have 3 kids, 5, 3, and 1.
Mm, mm,
Uh,
mm.
Aria, Aria, Rhea, and Isaiah. Um, I They have taught me how individual we each are, regardless of the DNA and environment that we come from. There is just this extra little piece that is unique to each person. And um, more about me, I went to school at Latin Academy, graduated '04. Went to UMass Amherst for a couple of years, took a semester off, went down to VSU, Virginia State University, to historically Black college, which was an amazing experience. In hindsight, I actually got accepted into Howard out of high school. Yeah, I know.
Oh,
Mouth.
Oh.
Yeah.
wow.
But in my mind at that time, I was honestly not comfortable taking that leap away from family, from friends on my
Mm-hmm.
own.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, in hindsight, I'd say get your ass over there
Mm-hmm.
because I love Howard, and DC is just an amazing city. But I went to VSU and I got to experience that. That was just overall a great experience, from doing some walk on football and experiencing the fraternity culture down there. And even just the pace is slower than the North, right? Coming back to UMass, finishing there, had a dual degree in accounting and economics just because I needed to do something. I didn't necessarily have an interest in my major, but it was
Mm-hmm.
something that I could do,
Right.
right? My originally went to school for exercise science, something I was always
Uh-huh.
interested in.
Uh-huh.
But in hindsight, everything kind of circled back because now I get to utilize both in what I do.
Yeah.
So I did a I've worked 1,000 odd jobs before I finally found a career as a accounts receivable analyst at a marketing company for like 3 years. Yeah, I know. This
I
is like,
can't imagine it.
neither can I. But just know it's a version of me that I did not like.
Yeah.
Um, Sitting at a desk all day doing the same thing that I felt didn't, there was no purpose to it.
Hmm.
It felt robotic in what I was doing Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. And I kept playing that over in my head of, could I do this for 5, 10, 15 years? Me, absolutely not. There are some people that like sign me up. If there's stability, sign me up. For me, I'm like, throw me to the chaos, throw me to the
Right.
fire, and let's see what's up. And so again, I'll kind of fast forward a little bit more, but started getting into training myself and getting back into a healthier body because sitting down for 8 hours a day is not good for my metabolism. Got
Yeah.
really unhealthy, got myself back, went and got certified, started doing training part time, eventually had to make that decision of
Hmm.
stability and unknown. Said, fuck it, let's go for it. And I'll do the fast forward version of here we are, and we can kind of like circle back just because it's a lot more within that frame from taking the immediate jump to where things have gone now.
Can I ask a quick follow-up? Because I think what you just said is like such a critical point, and so many people find themselves at a similar crossroad and
Mm-hmm.
make potentially different decisions, right? So you had this dream, you had this intention, right? And then there's reality, and the gap between the two can be pretty big, right? And at some point in time, you said, "Fuck it," and I'm going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Was there a catalyst or a process? Like, how did you specifically like reconcile
Mm-hmm.
like making that decision? Because it is the decision that is so hard to make for so many.
Yeah, it, I think it was a combination of a few things. One, I knew in the depths of my heart that I cannot do this for the rest of my life, no matter how much they pay me. They could pay me $1 million. I cannot do this for the rest of my life. So that was a certain.
Yep.
The unknown was when I originally jumped into training full time. I went from a salary 401k perks benefits position to none of that and a $276 check. And I'm like, yeah. And I had that moment like, whew, how is this going to happen? And something switched in my head. And I think I brought this up at that panel where sometimes the way it works for me is I have to throw myself into the middle of the ocean because there's only two options. I swim or I drown. Two options.
And
So
you're not
what
drowning,
I'm,
man. Right.
and if I do, I'm a do so as I'm trying to swim.
Right.
Hmm.
You get
Hmm.
it? Because if I
Yes.
hold on to anything, there's always going to be opportunity for me to fall back into that. So whenever there is a decision to be made in that realm, I have to decide whether or not this is something that personally I can take because at the time it's just me.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I don't make it. What happens? At worst, I get another job.
Yep.
I'm 26 or 7 years old. Like I'm a baby. I'll be
Right.
fine. Now I didn't know I was a baby at that time, but I did know that there's opportunities out there, right? We all think we're grown at every age. It doesn't matter what age we are,
Right. Right.
but to
Right.
someone we're babies. And and so when I made that jump, I just lived in the gym. And I don't mean that figuratively. I mean that, and my wife will tell you specifically, I slept, took naps in that office. They had showers at that studio. I took showers there. Like I was there all day from 6 to 10 p.m., Monday through Friday. Cause I'm like, being available right now is my best chance and opportunity to grow. Being available. The moment I leave, there's an opportunity that is now not in front of me, that I'm not able to showcase what I can do. So everything was about just being available and work. And it never, even with all those hours, it didn't feel like work.
Mm.
And that's really when I knew, like, this is easy.
I love that.
This is easy. Like, even though financially this is hard,
Right.
I'll
Right.
do this 2 or 3 times over versus the alternative route.
So then at what point were you like, okay, I'm ready for my own building. I'm ready to have employees. I'm ready to,
Ooh.
you know?
Well, I'm glad I stopped the segment of the story because getting into the training industry was just my first step.
Mm-hmm.
Along the way, that first, and I'll be forever grateful of the first um, person who took a chance on me, which is why even to this day, I take chances on people. If you show passion and just willingness to work, which are two things that are very hard to authentically find.
Yes.
Um, Passion and the willingness to work, I'll give opportunity to all day long. And Mark, what's his name, Mark? I feel like his name was Mark. I'm
Mm.
like messing up, but um, he took a chance on me, and I didn't take that lightly, and I just went all in. I gave it my all. I created programs. I was saying hi to everybody. I was working out there. I was eating there. I was creating community there, which is what he was looking to do. Then ultimately, and then looking back, I also know how much I didn't know as a professional, as a trainer. I
Mm-hmm.
thought I'm certified, 27, 10% body fat. I'm good. What are you
Yeah.
talking about? They hired another guy who was like my mentor, and he was telling me, you shouldn't be doing that. I'm like, what are you talking about? You don't even know anything. You dumb, right? And eventually I got to a point where I felt like I hit the ceiling there. Like, I'm like, there's no more growth opportunity. And there was a opening at a gym called CSC, which is in like Austin Brighton area.
Okay.
At that time, when I chose to make that move, I really, in my mind of minds, knew that I knew my shit. I'm like, I'm great. And then I went there, and there were 13 other coaches with
Mm.
anywhere between 5 to 13 years of experience and CSCS and exercise science degrees and all of the plethora of education experience. And I thought in my mind, I don't know anything.
Wow.
I'm at the bottom of the totem pole.
Mm-hmm.
But instead of looking at that in a way that scared me, I looked at it as this is an opportunity. And I purposely went to each of the coaches in different realms. Like, can I lift with you? Can I work out with you when you? And then I would just get some gems, get some gems, get some gems. And I got to soak in all that knowledge over the course of a year and a half, and really at that point developed kind of a well-rounded foundation for my training. What that space did also was create the business side of things, because I'd never sold packages before. I'm
Okay.
like, I don't like I don't like sales at all. And in fact, one of our jet principles is we're in service, not sales. And
Wow. I love that.
I mean it to the utmost. And they know I repeat it over and over again in our
Mm.
team meetings and gatherings, because I truly believe that when you are truly there to assist and help somebody solve a problem, to help somebody feel better and get better, there's nothing to sell. There's
Right.
nothing to sell at all. You are here to showcase the value and what you could do for them, and it's up to them to make a decision. We don't need to do all of that. But either way, I learned the business side of things there, developed programs, tried to get to a space where I could be a trainer plus maybe some lead, hit a ceiling. They, at the time, were just not open to that. And that's when I started going independent.
Okay.
So, yeah, so it wasn't employee at all in the beginning. It was it was just big me. Just
Wow.
me,
Wow. Wow.
and I rented space at a studio at first,
Mm-hmm.
developed my own clientele up until a point where now I'm paying per session, but because I have more clients, I'm paying more per month. Tried to negotiate that flat rate because I understand business. I'm like, I'm never going to be able to. And there was no room there. So I'm like, okay. So every time I was kind of forced to make another decision, it was me hitting a ceiling. And I don't like feeling cramped in.
Right.
I love open opportunity. And that's honestly what has created the culture here in terms of any coach that comes in here. I'm like, the world's your oyster. You got all the support of the team, of the business, of whatever I have to do whatever you want in this space and beyond if you need to. Because I was met with so many ceilings that I then had to navigate myself around.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
No, I was just going to say that that makes a lot of sense because I think Mark might have been there when you talked about this, like when we asked you to teach for the Courage campaign when we met up that day, because you are really, you're no bullshit when it comes to how you hire. But
Mm.
now listening to your journey, a lot more of that makes sense. It's like just our culture, especially with younger kids coming up, the culture is now, the culture is fame, the culture is phones,
Don't
the
get me
culture
started.
is right. Like, I mean, you can go. And so it would make sense though that you have this incredible balance of let me give you space, but also you're not going to fuck up my business. Like you're not going to come in here and just like make demands and like
And
you have
also
to work for it.
there's standards to be held.
Right.
Like it's no different than each different team in any professional sport having a different
That's
cultural
it.
way of doing things. But ultimately, it's one of the things that over time I've had to develop in where we are now to where, hey, it's like the Patriots when they were on their 20-year streak. It's like, it doesn't matter who you are when you come in here. You could be Randy Moss. This is the way we do things.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't fall in line with the way we do things, there are plenty other teams out there. But if you do and are okay with adapting and working within the way we do things, then your chance at success, championship, however you want to put it, is higher because of that proven track record. And understanding that it's not reinventing the wheel, right? But one of my friends said to me, he said, yeah, but you're putting on a different tread. And I was like, ah,
I like that.
bars, right?
Yeah.
And I said, that's interesting because it's nothing. I don't like to say it's nothing special because it is. It, but it's really just paying attention to the details and caring. It really comes down to caring. Everything that I do with my clients, with the coaches, with business, with my friend, anything is because I care. And I care not just, it's for the other person, right? That's me giving. And like you were talking about with some of the younger generation in terms of the now and the scene, it's like that instant gratification is toxic. It's so toxic. And not understanding how much more you'd be able to receive when you're doing work for the purpose of your work and what you might be hopefully doing out of your passion. It's like a lot. I had a conversation with someone yesterday where they asked me, like, how much did you personally invest into your business? And I'm like, well, when I moved from that other training space to my own studio, which was like 400 square feet, that was my initial investment of like getting that down payment for that rent.
Right.
And I said the rest of the investment was sweat equity. That's it. It was 7 days a week saying yes to everything, all the time, because I'm the only one that can keep this thing going. And then 2 years later, when we gained a little bit more space, I was able to, Carla and my cousin Kirby joined with me. We had the first three, and
Okay.
we were in that 500 square foot space. Yeah, operate.
Wow.
And so now yourself and others, they'll come to that South End studio and say, I thought this was a little bit bigger. And it's like, we don't need that much room.
Yeah.
We don't need that much equipment because we're really great coaches and we're a trainer first facility. And that's what I look for when it comes to continued growth of our team is we're looking for really great coaches, not really great counters, not really great, people who can put exercises together. There has to be a purpose and a why for everything. And when you do that, then all you need is 150 square feet and some dumbbells, and you can do anything. And I'm going off on tangents, but
No, dude, like
it's
this is not.
No, you're not. You're not. You're not. It's
Yeah,
so, yeah.
yeah. But honestly, when I first moved to that my own studio, it was such a freeing and exciting time. Like it was probably one of my favorite times in all of Jets history
Why?
because it was all on me. And I'll
Hmm.
bet on me any day. I'll bet on me any day. I know what I'm capable of and I know what I haven't even reached. There's still that potential. So I'm like, I'll bet on me any day. If it's just me, nothing to worry about. It's when you start bringing other people on that I had to learn the hard way at times to take my hand off of that wheel, to allow, new perspectives and new energy and delegate and trust. And that took a while for me to get to that point. And
Yeah.
now dealing, or not dealing, but managing different humans in terms of their aspirations, um, their career goals, their personal goals, their financial goals, their emotional, like all of these things. It's management of people is not for weak-hearted. You have to be okay with not being liked. And that's the thing that I had to understand after a while because I wanted everyone. I'm like, I'm a likable guy, man. Like I'm just trying to do the best I could do for everyone, but you just can't. You go
You
try to
can't.
please in everybody, and I saw
You
where that
can't.
was bringing me. It wasn't bringing me to a great place.
it's I actually appreciate you said it was a tangent, but I actually appreciate all of that. It's like a little manifesto on leadership in general, right? Outside of the
Hmm.
spaces that you were talking about in fitness, right? It transcends that, dude.
Yeah.
I really love the fact that you put so much intention on culture as defined by purpose and why. Because to your point, that ability to pull your hand off, that trust
Hmm.
doesn't come from just kind of tactically what they know. It comes from like who they are and what drives them and how connected it is to what drives you, right? And once that's there, trust becomes a little bit easier. So I really, really, truly appreciate that. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that, as you all know, is something that is earned.
Mm,
And that's where a lot of conversations where people are being very specific about, how do I get to be? And my answer is typically, or there may be requests of how do I get paid more? How do I get to this role? How do I do this? And I'm like, well, one, you have to ask yourself, is that something that you would naturally do? I'm always trying to convince the coaches, forget about that whole strengthening your weaknesses thing. Double down on your strengths. Double down, triple, in fact,
amen. Yes.
Hmm.
Yes.
Hmm.
because what comes natural to you will then lead you to success in that realm. It is
Yes.
only when we are trying to do things and strengthen parts about us that we may not have been born with or that require too much or have too much resistance that people get frustrated and burnt out
Yeah.
because, and I don't mean this in any other way, but it's just like maybe you're just not built for that, and it's
Right.
okay.
Hmm.
I'm not built for certain things.
Yeah.
I know what I'm built for, though. That's my route. And what's great about this team is like we have so much diversity on the team that I don't need to go those other routes because they have that route. She has that route. He has that route. And that's where even some of the flow and energy and culture comes into play, because there's so much difference coming into one place, but hopefully what I feel like is with a common goal.
Mm.
You know, we all want to do what we love. We all want to get paid well. And I feel like that's pretty much it. It's like, if you can make a living, in
Yeah.
today's structured society, we're not talking about those that can live off the land and nature and all. That's great. In today's society, if you are able to make a living doing what you love to do, you have made it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also why when people might ask, you know, how do you balance work and life? I'm like, there's no balance necessary, because my work, luckily, is my life, and vice versa. There's no balance to be had. I'm exhausted all the time, but
Uh,
I would rather be exhausted doing what I'm doing than
Anything else.
anything else, anything else, any time, because any person who might have created, you know this, there are times in Jets history where I thought, you know what? Yeah, we're going to close. Yeah, this is about it. I'm done with this. But every time that I would actually sit and think with that, I'm like, okay, what's the alternative?
Right.
You're going to work here. You're going to do this.
Right.
And any other option was like,
Nah.
I'd rather to the wheels fall off. To the wheels fall off.
Mm-hmm. Mm. That's really real for so many reasons, but I'm also just thinking, like, especially being a Black man, to be to be on here talking about, like, you really can follow your dreams and kind of like let your strengths lead, versus like you're not coming in here with an energy like, you know, I'll do anything, or it doesn't matter, or I'm a man, I need to be doing this job, or like there are lots of examples that I've seen and experienced about masculinity in general, but also specifically Black masculinity, even my own father, my brother, whatever. And you don't always get to see just a slice of vulnerability that's just like, I love this and I am this and I'm giving this everything I have every day, right? And your family's involved in it. And it's just like you can tell that it's the love of the game,
yeah.
right? Like you're not a
Ashley,
billionaire. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
no.
the love of
And
the game.
honestly, it's like, man, Ash, this is some of the issue I have over the course of the years, all the different coaches that have, you know, been a part of our business. Some of my questions would be like, are you in this specific industry because you love it or you enjoy it?
Hmm.
Because those are two different things.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can enjoy something, right? And it, like I enjoy photography and videography, right? I really do. But I'm not about to take a whole course, nor am I about to put in 10,000 hours, nor am I about to take a Photoshop course, and I'm just not going to do that because I don't love it like that. I enjoy it a lot. Training and coaching, I I love it. So I will continue to spend on continued education. I will continue to challenge myself and try to lead by example. I will try to create space and opportunities for other coaches that feel and think and breathe the same way that I do. It is only when I'm met with any potential professional that is doing it strictly for financial or enjoyment, because I'm like, that is motivational. I don't think that's sustainable, because that's where burnout happens. I'm human. I get burnt out, especially with 3 kids and everything else. And to
Mm-hmm.
some degree, sometimes, admittedly, I'm human. When I hear anyone without kids talking about being tired, I have to
Amen.
I gotta clench my teeth, like,
Yep.
and have some empathy and understand, like, okay, but I'm like, I wish you give me, and that's also been a very big hurdle to jump over in kind of the position that I'm in, is understanding finally, Jeff, that like everybody given the same opportunities that you would have been given at those times, they're not you.
Yes.
They didn't grow up the way you grew up. They don't think the way that you think. They don't have the same aspirations. They just don't, they're not you. And so I cannot expect me from other people. I have to understand who they are and then try to assist them or guide them if I can. And if there's some flexibility to where they might be able to find their happy place in our
Mm-hmm.
space. And we do, quarterlies, annuals, check-in, strategy sessions. We've done those at the end of the year where I ask each of them, like, what are your specific goals for the first 3 months and let's say for the year, next year? What do you want to do here? Right? Do you want to purely coach and make 6 figures? If so, say that so that we can formulate a plan together to do that because
Right.
it's possible, right?
Right.
If you want to be more remote and create something online and make 80K or something, let's formulate a plan to do that. What happens is that people will say sometimes things they think they want,
Mm.
Mm.
but not understand what comes with that. If you want more money, that is going typically to come with more work or more responsibility. It is something you cannot dodge. And
Yep.
especially if you are growing into spaces of leadership, now it's not about you, unfortunately. As you both know as parents, it's like you being tired to some degree doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
If he needs you for something, the end. It's
Mm-hmm.
no different than leading a team. I could be at whatever time, etc. If a coach, anyone calls me, I need to make sure that whatever that they need either can be handled or we formulate a plan or something to that degree. And that type of pressure, again, some people, it sounds good to own something, to lead something. I'm the boss and all of those pieces. Like, you don't know what comes with that.
Mm-mm.
You just don't know. And I love it and hate it, but I love it. Because again, I trust myself in what I'm able to hold.
Right. Right. Whew.
It's
I
such
mean,
There's
a
so many,
I know Mark is probably like, so, because there is so much leadership in there and people don't think of fitness and leadership, but a lot of us are, even when we work for somebody, we're our own little mini business
mhm,
and brand. And so there is like a lot of lessons of leadership and business and, you know, getting health insurance and disability insurance and how do you actually make money and you don't have a 401k and what if you need maternity leave and like all these little things that people who work traditional jobs don't always have to think of depending on where they work and what they do. You don't
yeah,
have to be worried about so many different aspects of yourself, your care, your clients, your family, it's an ecosystem that is unlike anything else that I've ever experienced
100%,
personally.
100%. And it's also why on our site we have our 3 missions, which is education, career development, accessibility. And the career development piece of it for trainers specifically, it's about creating stability, right? Getting our business and space to a place that we can offer salary, which like proudly, we're going to be starting next year as an
Wow.
option.
Amazing.
Wonderful.
This is something
Wonderful.
that I'm very transparent with my team about what our goals are. And I've been that way since the start. And I've always said to all of them, I want us to get to a point where salaries offered. And even for a new coach coming in, we can start them at a high salary, because if so, the level of coach is up here and we
Mm-hmm.
continue to be able to hold the standards that will continue to be able to give us that stability. In addition to, we added health, we added dental, eventually we'll add the 401ks, we'll add, we already have
Yes.
PTO. So all of these pieces of trying to create something that, like you said, you don't see or experience in this industry. I, for some reason, have painstakingly taken on to try to create where there's a much easier route if it's purely just about success and profits,
Yeah.
right? But in creating something like this, it's given me more confidence in what more can be done. I'm like, oh, wow, this is in 4 or 5 years that this has happened. Imagine another 10, like
Right.
where things can be
Right.
if we're continuing to follow that same path with that same intention, with that same standard, same principles. It's really just standing on business and protecting that, which at times in the past, even couple of years, I wasn't able to do so just because I didn't really truly understand what the ingredients were until I sat with them. And then I found them, wrote them down, and I was actually inspired by the movie Air, if you haven't seen it,
Huh.
about the signing of Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 10 principles of Nike.
Wow.
Yeah. So when I saw that movie and they kept referring to their principles, principle number 5, never leave a man behind or something like that. I'm like, oh, we need to have something we
That,
stand on.
that, right.
That we need that here. And so creating the principles, couple of renditions, probably make other renditions as we move along, but there's a general 8 or 9 that have stayed the same. And they always, anything we do can always revert back to one of those principles. And once we kind of found that, I'm like, this is our playbook. And we're going to build everything off of this. And that's been the hardest part of just, again, like I said, the less enjoyable side of business. Like, man, do I miss coaching, which is also
Yeah.
why sometimes I get jealous and maybe a pinch of resentment when coaches are like, oh, I'm tired. I'm like, you're tired of coaching? Like coaching? Oh, please. I miss the evenings. If
Right.
I didn't have babies, I loved training in the evenings. I loved training on weekends. It was a great reason to get me up early, get those endorphins going, boom, start your day. Like I love training. And so having to just navigate and understanding, like, again, I'm not calling myself Jordan, but it's like, Jordan, Kobe, they did the stuff when people weren't looking consistently, no matter
Right.
what.
Right.
Right. And
Right.
now what you were speaking to earlier, there are times where people are doing because they know people are looking,
Mm.
right? They're
Mm-hmm.
doing
Mm-hmm.
because they need people to see them doing. And there's some type of reciprocity they're looking for immediately at times, where it's like when you're just doing just to do and things just happen. It's
Yep.
that idea of like preparation and opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Jeb, I think it was
Mm,
Mark
mm,
Cuban.
mm.
He might have said this, and what you just brought us through just reminds me of it. He was talking about, how our advice to everyone is, you need to kind of find your purpose and stuff like that. And I don't think he intended to, nor am I going to intend to say that is a wrong approach. But his main point was like, do what you're obsessed about. And that goes to your point about enjoyment and love. Like if
Yeah.
you really love something, if you're obsessed about something, you are going to find a way. Like you're going to connect dots. You're going to continue to do the work. You're going to continue to grow because you're competing with you. right?
That's it.
Versus competing with everyone else. And that was the essence of Kobe. That was the essence of Michael. So I think that's just such a powerful takeaway. Again, whether people are going to start businesses or not start businesses, that is the essence of so much.
100%.
Yeah. Yeah. I would love for you to just kind of, because you are a coach, but for the people who, I mean, we're coming up on the new year, right? And this
Mm.
is definitely dropping before the new year. And so as people are looking to better maybe understand their health, better, I'm not going to go to the shallow goals because I hope that we're just like, we're moving forward beyond, I just want to be ready for Memorial Day weekend. Like that's a different kind of client and we respect and love you all, but I want to go a little bit deeper. Like what are maybe things that people need to know or that people should be looking at in terms of health and movement in the new year? Like maybe are there any nuggets that you can give people to just maybe pay attention to or add to their repertoire besides
Yeah.
lunges? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I
All
get
burpees.
All
that.
burpees.
Yeah, seriously. You know, it's a broad
It
question
is.
when I think about all of the people that we serve, and to be honest, even to one of your points, I I felt you in the way that you think at one point, and then I step back when it comes to the people who think about their physique and wanting to look good. And I said, so what? If someone wants to look good and that's their driving force, that makes them feel better. Maybe that leads to more healthier habits down the line, and hopefully all of their happiness and healthiness isn't tied to the external. But if that's what they need for right now, fine, let's do it. Let's get you toned, baby. Right. But ultimately,
I just need to pull that one sentence out for a clip because you'll never say that shit again.
never, never, ever. Oh man. But
I feel you
to
though.
be
Yeah, 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 yeah.
um to be honest, I most of the most of the people that I come into contact with when it comes to beginning their training, fitness journey, whatever it might be. Most of the conversations are just about uh, time. Most of the conversations are about what they do and don't like to do, or what they may feel is good for them or not. And ultimately, I really I follow the KISS method. You know, keep it simple, stupid.
Mm-hmm.
And I really am a firm believer. And I will tell everybody the same thing. And most, if not all coaches would agree. Like get in 3 strength training days a week. Doesn't matter. Whatever variation of strength that put some weights in your hands, right? Try to get your heart rate up a couple of times a week, right? Get moved uphill, walk, bike, something of that nature. Be conscious about what you're eating. Not,
Mm-hmm.
I don't need you to measure. I don't need you to obsess, but just understand that everything that you put in your body um, has an effect, right? Good and bad.
Mm-hmm.
And ultimately, the last piece is the SNS, is the sleep and stress, and balancing that, knowing where you are in your life. For me personally, I am eliminating sleep. That's not a part of my equation because I'm not going to get that. So what can I control?
Mm-hmm.
And whatever it is that I can control, I have an obligation to myself and paying my body's rent by doing something, 20 minutes minimum of something per day. Walking, lifting, meditating, yogaing, Pilates, dancing, moving,
Mm-hmm.
because inactivity is killing people. And too much of this activity is killing people. And so it's just about understanding where you are in your life, eliminating whatever you can't control, and again, doubling down on what you can. If
Right.
you can find yourself 20, anyone can find themselves 20 minutes, anybody. And all you need to do in your mind, because most people, when they think about working out, it's saying like, I got to work out an hour. Like I don't have an hour. I don't have
Mm-hmm.
45 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, cool, do 20 minutes. And guess what? All of a sudden, 20 minutes into it, you all of a sudden have an hour because those endorphins kick up and you get going. It literally just happened to me an hour ago where I'm like, I could do a half hour of work, or let me just walk on this treadmill. And then the walk and your heart rate increases, a light jog, and then music, and then you're sweating, and then you've done
There
it.
it is.
You've done your deposit.
Right.
And that compounds over time. A lot of times people just think they have to do all in one. I'm like, man, that compound interest, that's the key. That's the key. Just something. So that's very long-winded to get to that point.
No.
But yes.
Yeah,
It's important.
perfect answer.
It's important. It's important. I want people to, and this is why I don't like the shallow goals. And you're right in what you said. And like, if it gets people started, then that's great. And you do you. And there's something in me that's just like, I just want people to do like what you said. Like, I think if I reflect on a lot of the industry, not all of the industry, but like how people have been excluded, maybe because of the body that they're in, maybe because of money, maybe because of whatever, or like of how people are taught to think that it has to be an hour, or you have to take a class, or you have to. And when I say I want people to go deeper, I'm like, you can do this. Like, we've done a bad job culturally of fitness, of saying that it like has to be this and it has to be this way, but like, I just want more people to feel included. I want more people to feel like there is something for you, I promise. And as you get better and as you get more consistent, like the menu just keeps opening and opening and opening.
Yeah.
But I want people, if they don't already have a practice, to start this new year not feeling like everything is out of reach, or it has to be about what you look like on the beach, or it doesn't have to be extreme. And you just laid it all out. And you also said, which I love, like, you're not getting sleep. You have 3 little kids. You're not getting sleep. And so like, you also are demonstrating that it doesn't have to be perfect, because it's going to change for you too. It'll evolve and sleep will come back. And right. So you're doubling down on other things, you know? So, I mean, we didn't sleep for Zion's first 3.5 years. It was awful. I mean, it's still iffy sometimes. So, you know, so thank you for that answer. It might have been long-winded, but selfishly, it was exactly what I was hoping for, to be honest.
Yeah. That's something I preach to clients with the flight. I probably threw it on the ground once, of just 20 minutes a day. And I use it all the time, because again, I'm exhausted all the time, but I'm exhausted from, I still feel like filling my cup and being full in everything that I give throughout the day. And in doing that, sometimes I overflow and I'm like, I need to sweat some of this out. Let me get a 20-minute bike ride. And I'll just literally ask Carl, I'm like, can I just jump on a bike 20 minutes? And even strategically now, I'll keep my headphones off, so it's like a party and the girls can dance or something like that. So I try to manipulate my space to create opportunities for me, because realistically, one of the worst things I hate doing is actually strength training in my home. I hate it's something like my home is my place of settle and calm. Right. So if I do something to that level of strenuousness, it just doesn't feel right. And I'm like, what am I doing here? I'm clunking these weights around. But something different when it comes to the cardio. But either way, it's just like, all right, deposit made, I feel better. All right, it's no different than putting something into your savings account, not looking at it, but just knowing that over time, you're building up, you're getting stronger. And you feel that when you do it or you don't, you're going to feel it one way or the other.
Mark Bernardo, are you listening? Are you listening, Mark?
I hear you.
I am pulling the wife card out. I'm laying it on the table. Do you hear what Geoff is saying to you today?
Heard, internalized, like,
because I will
underneath
text
here.
Geoff if you don't listen to this man. You see, he said he includes his babies in the workout. Okay,
I heard.
I try. And some of them get cut short because I'm like, all right, you guys are doing too much. But I'm like, all right, 15 minutes it is today. Cool, whatever.
Yeah, you tried. You tried.
Yeah, seriously. But also, even in that same reasoning, you know, I also think about the example that I'm showcasing for them as well.
For
Mm-hmm.
sure.
I consciously think about if they're only seeing me sit on a couch, only seeing me on my laptop, only seeing me in this position, then that's what they
Amen.
remember. And now they'll say, you know, are you going on Poppy's music bike? And they see me doing the bike. And then when and if I'm introducing, you know, movement to them, they're not, it's not going to be something foreign. You know, they'll
Right.
come down and try to do the worst variation of push-ups
Yep.
I've ever seen. You know, and I'm just like, you know, I just love it. And that's the thing, because I grew up overweight as a kid. And that and getting into sports and understanding from an early age, just opposite ends of the spectrum when I'm unhealthy and when I'm feeling good, your mindset is completely different. How you operate is completely different. Your energy, your positive, everything switches. Your chemistry is changed when you are taking care of yourself. And I want to pass that down.
Yeah. Well, you're certainly doing it out in the world. So there's that. Mark, did you have anything else burning for Geoff as we wind down? He gave us.
I have so
We could
much
go,
that is just not
it's
going to
like
fit into the time.
literally, I'm like, this could be a 3 or 4 hour. I haven't
It
even
could.
scratched
It
the
could.
surface. Like,
Oh my gosh, I love.
It definitely could. Like the thing that was burning, but you just answered it, Geoff. Like you know, it was going to be around, you know, how movement itself can be, you know, a catalyst beyond the, you know, the aesthetics, right? When people start to change their bodies more than their bodies change, right? And I don't think enough people understand that movement is a catalyst for so much else, right? Beyond just health, right? It's a catalyst for joy.
100%.
It's a catalyst for, you know, kind of mental clarity. It's a catalyst for empathy, like all these things. So you just teased at that, and that was going to be my question. So all my other questions I'm going to have to funnel for, like, you know, episode 2 or 3, because
I know, right? We're gonna have you on once a quarter. It'll be a talk show.
Like we didn't even get to the South End, the rocks. Oh man, there's so much.
There's so much. Will you come back? I'm gonna ask you publicly.
We can always chop it up.
Thank you.
We can always chop it up.
There is so much. There's so much more. I'll tell you transparently, we had like 3 pages of questions.
Oh, yeah.
Like we were not playing
Did I
around.
answer some of them? Like
a lot of them you did.
Yeah.
And like a lot of them were like you answered several questions in one answer. So this is by no means bad, but there are just a lot more things that we just want to know. You have so much to offer, and we appreciate you. I will say, now I'm going to turn it on to you. Is there anything that we didn't ask that you need to say in this episode in particular, knowing that we're going to come back?
That I need to ask.
Not ask us, but anything that you wanted us to ask you that we didn't get to. Yeah.
You know, again, that could go down a lot of different streets, to be honest. I would say that the main thing that I find myself coming back to in conversations in general is the lost art of struggle and hard work. Now, I understand in this world of balance and protecting energy, etc., that might be a bit alarming, but understanding that without struggle, there's no strength. Even as professionals in the fitness realm, that's the general adaptation principle.
That's it.
You have to put your body under stress for it to change. And so if you have no struggle, you are not prepping yourself for what life is going to throw at you, not if, will. So understand and don't run from struggle. Kind of open up the opportunity for it, because you'd be surprised the version of yourself on the other side. And do not underestimate the power of hard work. I really feel that, and work for the purpose of the work, not for the purpose of getting something immediately in return. If that were the case, there'd be a lot of divorces and marriages, right? You do because you want to, you do because you're called to. And eventually, if that comes back around in the form of win-win. But if not, the hope is you're doing for the sake of that purpose versus anything else. And I feel that people will get more fulfillment in that versus looking for some type of a transaction with a lot of things that they do. I just feel that.
I feel that. One of the writers I like, Elizabeth Gilbert, she says you are entitled to the labor but not the fruit. And that it sticks with me, right?
Gosh, that is
right?
Yeah.
Right?
Even if you do work hard, you're not guaranteed anything at the end.
Nothing.
None of what I'm experiencing now was thought about, planned.
Wow.
But none of it. This is all a product of just doing. And when an opportunity came about, I'm at that fork in the road again of accounting or training. And it's like, do we do this studio? And I just do with confidence and knowing that if I have the right people with me with the same time of my type of mindset, I've just seen so much be accomplished. And not even just in my space, but maybe it was first engraved and seeing it firsthand with my father. You know, my father built something now going on 30 something years, but I saw year one as a kid when he slept on a mattress and didn't have dressers. Like I saw it from him taking all the gigs with the belt and hammering things in. I saw it year after year after year to where it is now. And I'm like, wow, the key ingredient in that is persistence, struggle, hard work, persistence, struggle, and hard work. And then hopefully, you know, given the right opportunities, you're able to bear the fruits. And the hope is that you're working in something that you love so that it doesn't feel like work. It doesn't feel like work. This shit does not feel like work to me. It's only when I have to do work, like budgeting and taxes, where I'm like,
yeah,
this sucks. But everything else, like, I love this. I love it.
I love it. You have to now do all your plugs. Where can everybody find you, train with you? Maybe not with you, because who knows?
Yeah.
Like you're the big man. But please also plug Carla's business. We did not get into that, but give her flowers too, because she deserves it.
100%. I mean, Carla's flowers are, she was my stability. I couldn't do a lot of the things that I was able to do because without her sacrificing some of her ability to work, some of the things she wanted to do, I'm not able to just do. without that anchor. So like she was a very big part in that stability. And even a bit of guidance if I'm going or doing too much of like slowing it down, right?
Right.
But I guess where you could find us is Jet Boston on Instagram, and that will typically lead you to our website. We are also in Brooklyn for anyone in New York, in the Greenpoint area. Our studio is located in the South End in Roxbury. And we also have an extension of our business, Powerhouse Pilates, which infuses both traditional strength training and reformer Pilates. Uh, we are looking to continue to grow our team with like-minded, passionate, purposeful, personable trainers, and hoping to create, which is actually coming soon, a form of course curriculum to assist new coaches and potential small business owners to create the futures that they're looking to do so in something that they love. That's jetacademy.com. But my wife's business, who is connected and partnered with ours, is Pure Green Roxbury, smoothies, acais, all the healthy, good stuff that we hope you have after our workouts. But yeah, you can just find us at Jet Boston. Just Google us.
Perfect. Geoff, thank you so
Thank
much for
you.
saying yes. We
Yeah.
appreciate you, and
Thank you for
we're
having me.
always happy to see you too, even
Like,
though it's on a screen, but we'll take
yeah,
it.
yeah. I hope you got some clips from it. I sometimes when I go on these tangents, I'm like, I
it's
don't
gold,
even
man.
know. I'm like, I don't even know if I answered the question. And there's so
You
much.
did. You did.
so
But
much
also, Mark and I are so long-winded. like
Exactly.
you're
no,
talking to the wrong people.
no, I literally had to stop myself at least 4 times because I would have just talked this whole hour and you would have actually learned everything about me. So I'm glad I gave space for questions to
Oh
be
my
asked
God.
and for tangents to take place.
I'm cracking up. You were wonderful. People are going to love you as much as we do. So thank
Oh,
you.
thank you. Thank you
All
very
right,
much.
everybody, go find Jet Boston now. Unless you were driving, don't drive and go on Instagram. But when you park your car, get on Instagram, find Jet, find Geoff, and come on.
Come on.
We'll see you next time.
Bye, y'all.
Okay.